Alright, today I'm going to show you how to do a little bit of rust effects real quick on these orc boys that I've just about finished. Now, we're going to use AK's crusted rust deposits. And in what would be a first ever for me, I've been working on these orcs, and I've been doing videos the whole time for like a whole tutorial on how I'm painting these orcs. And all of my footage got corrupted. I went to look at everything and all my footage got corrupted. So we're gonna try something that is a first for this channel, and I'm going to do this live in one take. No editing, we're just gonna paint right here, right now. So if I make any mistakes, they're just gonna be there. All right, so what an effect I kind of like is we're gonna wet all this down first, because I mostly want the rust to run into the little crevices of these guys. But it's very hard. It's very easy to overdo it. So I'm just gonna kind of slather this all up on there like so. Okay. Oh my God. Oh, for a second I thought I hadn't hit the record button. I did. Okay. I was about to kick myself. All right, slather, slather, slather. Let that get in there nice and crusty. We'll do a little bit there, there. Oh, sounds like my baby's mad. I'm gonna have to get him. Now I'm taking a dry brush, like an actual dry brush, and I'm just gonna sweep, sweep, sweep. Oh no, I'm gonna have to go get him. Hang on. Sweep, sweep, sweep. Sweep, sweep, sweep. Let's get it a little more wet. Sweep, 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 sweep. Sweep, 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 sweep. Okay, hang tight. Let me go get him. Well, that's just the perils of being a dad who also works full time and likes to paint minis and wants to have a successful YouTube channel. You just gotta fit stuff in when you can. But that's okay, he's up here with me now. Right, so it's not a super strong effect, but I kind of prefer that. But if you want, if we want to get even deeper on this, we can take a little bit more, and like right up here, we can really punch it on there. On the edges here, like we can really layer it on to get a strong rusting effect. Just like so. I do think I'm going to build up the effect just a little bit here around the bolts. If I use a smaller brush, I could get a little bit more fine with that. Kind of want it in these edges a little bit more. Just to give another layer of texture here. Hey, buddy. Hey. There's no need for all that. Hey. There we go. And then you can see this guy that I went a lot stronger with on the rusting effects. And then this guy, who I went a little more subtle with. Now, I personally don't really care for orcs, and I know that's gonna be an unpopular opinion. But the reason I don't, let's work on this guy just a little bit more. I think I want some rust on this little bullet down here. Come on, focus for me. Are you serious right now? Boom. I think I have the baby settled. We're gonna try this one last time, and it's gonna be the last technique I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna do like a little bit of stippling with a brush like this. So we're just gonna, well, let me dry that off a little bit. We're just gonna kind of tap, tap, tap along the raised edges here. Wherever I think there might, ooh, I saw some green overspray there. Tap, 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 tap. Now, before I got rudely interrupted by my child, I was saying the reason I don't really care for orcs is because they're a horde army, and I don't necessarily like all that. And I think they're a little bit too silly. But the more I've been painting them and working on them, oops, they're actually pretty fun to paint. And like, you don't have to be particularly clean with them, which is nice because orcs are dirty and they use recycled parts and stuff. Another thing that I'm starting to kind of like about them is you can, if you really wanted to, other than like obviously the troops, you could kit bash or scratch build an orc army, like legitimately. All the vehicles and everything, it fits the lore for them to be kit bashed essentially together. You can use trash, you can use broken models of other factions, really anything you can think of you could do with an orc and it would fit the lore. And I just think that's really cool, especially right now where, I don't know about the rest of y'all, but the economy sucks. Finances aren't all that great. And Games Workshop stuff is expensive. So having an army that you could build much cheaper or for nearly free is awesome. And I think that would be a great value for people these days. And yeah, the orcs are a bit silly, but some people like silliness in their grimdark, and that's okay too. Yeah, I really like this. It's a super easy effect. And as we finish this out, like I said, these guys, well, I don't think I said because it's in the deleted footage, or the footage that I lost. I was just painting these guys to sell them. They were used a lot that were a bit messy, and I just kind of cleaned them up and repainted them. And they're gonna go on my eBay store to resell. So if anybody wants these guys, I'll drop a link to my eBay, since I don't feel like you guys should, I don't feel like asking for any kind of financial support for the channel without giving you something in return. So if you want to get a hold of these models, I'll throw my eBay link in the description. And I've also started developing my own line of basing materials, kind of to match the channel name. And I'm gonna try and make those as inexpensive as possible. Again, just to like, I want to help the community as much as I can, and I want to give back. And I also need a little bit of extra funds to be able to fund this hobby because it's gotten so expensive. I'm also looking into the possibility of 3D printing stuff, but I need to find a place for it, and I need to have need to have a little bit of money saved up because it is a big initial investment. Right now, while resin would be super cool, I definitely don't have the space for that. But FDM has gotten a lot better. I've been looking at the Bamboo Mini A1 or whatever. Some of the prints that people have gotten out of that are really, really good, high quality. Like, it can definitely do stuff like terrain. But I've even seen full miniatures come out like pretty dang good. And it can definitely do vehicles, which I love. Love me some vehicles. I like tanks and walkers, and I think, even though I don't play them, I think knights are really cool. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking at too. Maybe if I can get more consistent on this channel, Bamboo would want to help me out, but that's not what we're here for. I'm here to just have fun with my hobby friends. Tell me what factions you guys are playing. Oh, hang on one second. All right, back to what I was saying is, I just want to hang out with y'all. Let me know what is on y'all's painting desk. What factions are you guys playing? What factions do you want to see me? Oh, and I magnetized these guys too for anyone who's going to buy them. I went ahead and magnetized their bases. All of them. With my cheap Harbor Freight magnets, which I'll make a video on that again someday. I know I have a short for that. But let me know what you guys are doing, what you might want to see me doing. I have probably what I'm going to work on next is this Mephiston metal mini that I got off eBay. Got him relatively inexpensively. And he's pretty rough looking, and I've never painted anything other than Ultramarines, so I think it would be really cool to paint him up. And I also haven't fully painted a metal model yet. I also have Imperial's Fist Lysander, another one. He's kind of missing some pieces and painted a little rough. He's going to get painted up Imperial Fist, and both these guys, unless I really want to keep them, are probably going to end up on the eBay too for sale. So yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for watching.